followed by a moment of silence. And you'll stand with me.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, everyone. First we have is the Student Spotlight for Coles Ferry, the Shape of Student Success Student Art and Design Showcase.
Yes, we're excited. First of all, I want to thank Coles Ferry for being gracious hosts despite Officer Hamlin's interruptions, but we appreciate that. Now, on a serious note, we've got some awesome students here that we want to show off, and student art and design. So we'll turn it over to you guys. Show us what you have tonight.
One of our presenters could not be here today, but I would like to welcome Mr. Hayden right here. He's going to come up and talk to us. So one of the things that Coles Ferry has is a 3D printer. And right now we're the only school in the whole district and have been for a while. Our fifth graders design, and then we print things, show them out in the hall. I have a hall of fame in my room where the ones that are like, oh wow, this is going to be printed in the Hall of Fame as well. But it is a great way for students to get ready for the future. So we're excited about being able to give them this opportunity. But Hayden, why don't you come tell us about yours?
Thank you, Ms. Jennings, for letting me come here today, and I'll be gladly to share my 3D print. So, as Ms. Jennings said, my name is Hayden Stewart, and I'll be showing you today my 3D print, my marble mazes. So, how did I build these marble mazes? I'm glad you asked. So first, I placed down the layout of the platform, which is a big circle, as you can see, with a big hole in the middle. That's a way you can hold it like this for the marble to be rolling around. Secondly, I put these tiny rods facing in a 45 degrees angle towards the center of the circle. That way, this circle can hold up this platform right here. So this platform is 2 inches tall and is 4 inches and a half in length and width. Next, I put up these big walls around the perimeter of the circle. After that, I put in all these walls, as you can see here, so the marble can keep on going. There's no exit because it's just one of those marble mazes where there's no exit and no ending to the possibilities. Now, my first time I wasn't successful with this one. I had the layout correct, the rods, everything. Except that some ways it would not go through. Like right here, right there, and through here. The next time, I made sure it could go through from right here, but right here I exit out the wall because I could not fix that one. So why is 3D printing important for kids? And 3D printing is important for kids because it's good for creativity to expand it. You're able to, it will modern era skills. Thank you and have a great day.
That was amazing. We had one more student who was supposed to present, and he's not feeling well, so I'm just going to kind of go over it.
I will not do as well as they.
One of the things that we try to do is I try to get them to take basic shapes and create something new, something useful. Sometimes they do cups. This is one of a kind right here. We have Emerson, and Emerson loves camping with his family. And so he created like a little scene about camping with his family. He made sure to include all the details. The first time it didn't print well, and so we had to fix something that, like you say in the edit, like going back and problem solving is so important. And then I always have them do a paragraph about how they created it, and that's what sits out in the hall. But we have left a few, just if you want to take a gander, you're welcome to. But we are very proud of our fifth graders and the good job that they do.
Hi, I am Miss Gigi. I am the art teacher here at Coles Ferry. And in fifth grade, we kind of focus more on 3D art, a little bit more in-depth art. So one of the 3D projects that we've worked on this year, and we've had a few, was a plaster project. And so my student Gibson is here to present his. We had several really great successes with these, so I will let him share a little bit about the process.
Hello, my name is Gibson, and I did this project with only tinfoil, plaster, and paint. And first of all, I built the platform for the thing, and then with the tinfoil, and then I wrapped it around with plaster. It turned out like this, and I painted it, and then I made the face, and that's about it. Thank you. Have a good one.
My focus for this project was mostly student creativity. They were kind of allowed to express what they wanted to create in this. Gibson has a little monkey that shows up in a lot of his projects, so I really wanted to incorporate it. So I love what he did with that one. It looked really awesome. But if you are allowed, I don't know, there are several in the hallway. They're really awesome to look at. They've done a wonderful job painting these. We're really, really thankful that we have the ability to work with things like plaster and really nice paints at Coles Ferry. So thank you guys, and thank you, Gibson.
I think if y'all can come up, you all, we'll get our picture with y'all. We'd love to do
Hey,
that.
can we take a picture?
Hold your art in the photo. Thank you so much, Coles Ferry. It's pretty cool stuff right there. Next, we're going to do recognition. We have paraprofessionals and
Thank you. This is an annual event. We really love this opportunity to showcase our folks here in our school district. So we're going to run through our paraprofessionals of the year, and then we'll do our teachers of the year. And for paraprofessionals, we're going to call your name up. We've got an award for you. We're going to give you a handshake, and the board, if you guys would just head up this direction, and then we're going to send them up to you. Mary Lee is going to get a picture individual, and then she'll get a picture of all of you. So we'll start with our paraprofessionals of the year. And first up from Byers Downey is Brittany Kirby. Next, from Castle Heights, Miss Jennifer Foster. All right, from Coles Ferry, Miss Jessica Corley. She's also welcome. All right, Jones Brummett, Lisa Foster. From Sam Houston, Tammy Heflin. From Walter J. Baird, Mr. Bob Lee. All right. And from Winfrey Bryant, Jefferson Figueroa. Very good, Jefferson. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Next up, we're going to go through our teachers. They got recognized as Teacher of the Year back on Friday night, but we also want to do that here. For those of you, as you get your awards, there is a box for them because we're concerned to break them. Anyway, make sure you get your box on the way out. First up, from Byers Downey, Miss Brooke Taylor. All right, from Castle Heights, Miss Susan Long. From Coles Ferry, Miss Brandy Harden. All right, from Jones Brummett, Miss Tiffany McHenry. From Sam Houston, Miss Jeannie Tidwell. Next up, from Walter J. Baird, Miss Emily Walter. All right, well, last but not least, from Winfrey Bryant, Mr. Cody Goins. Thank you, Mr. Cody.
Maybe she will.
Thank you so much, everybody. Congratulations. Thank you for what you do for our district. I'm going to move to the approval of the agenda. Are any additions to the agenda?
No additions at this time.
Make a motion to accept the agenda.
Second that.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
All right, next we have public comment. Do we have anything?
We have no one signed up tonight.
No one signed up. And the next is approval of the minutes from the previous board meeting from March 16th. Do I have a motion?
Motion to accept.
I second that.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay. And now we got new business requiring action by the board. A, we've got approval or revision of board policies 2.400 revenue and 6.411 student wellness.
To the board, both of these are TSBA recommendations. The 2.400 revenue has to do with discontinuing the penny. And it goes to 5-cent increments, and it just includes that language. Policy 6.411, student wellness, that is language change, there's no change to the actual statute there, aligning it with the state board policy. So no substantive change, just strike through.
Do I have a motion to approve both these board policies?
Make a motion we approve the policies.
I second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Approval of door and lock set replacement at Sam Houston and Byron Dowdy utilizing infrastructure funds.
Just to the board, these are door replacements, and that would be the entire door, the casing, the locks, all mechanisms associated with the door. These are original for Byers Dowdy, Sam Houston. This is cafeteria, gym, and library. So these would be repairs, much like we've done at a couple of the other schools. It's kind of upgraded. The parts are no longer available for most of them, and there is some modest security issues if we can't get them locked appropriately. So we would like to do that at this time, utilizing instruction funds.
Is that bid for both of them?
Those are two separate, so the bid for Byers is $23,352, and the bid for Sam Houston, which is a little bit larger door, is $26,442.
When will we get this finished this week?
What's the timeline, Mr. Curtis?
Usually, we try to do it 6 to 8 weeks. They could probably do it.
Does this include the decorative, beautiful design work too?
These would be the hard, like going into the cafeteria, these wood doors.
Okay.
So some of them are interior, there's an exterior set, there's a hat graphics.
If that graphic would be included, okay.
What was the Sam Houston bid, right? We just have a code. It's not broken down.
I think there's two sheets, right?
Yes.
There's two sheets.
It may carry over from the previous set.
Here's the missing. Got that.
So this basically looks like these parts.
Oh, okay.
That's one and two. This is one.
See, that was over there, has no breakdown.
It's right there.
I think we're missing page one.
Sure.
Because I have page 2 and 2.
Oh, the expense breakdown doesn't show up, I see
I've
that.
got page.
It's the front page that breaks
See
down.
how each one,
Yeah.
each thing broken down here,
Yeah, I don't have
and
it.
it's for $8.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, this is the front
So,
page. Right. That front page is not in this packet. I'll send it to you separate to give you the breakdown on it.
I just wondered how many doors it was, because this is for 8 doors.
That's right.
8 interchangeable, I think it's 8 as well.
It's one extra at Sam Houston.
One extra.
Yeah, there's two in the gym, or two sets in the gym, set in the cafeteria at, this is at Byers, set in the cafeteria, set at the library. And then at Sam Houston, it's set at the library, two sets at the gym, two sets at the cafeteria.
Gotcha. Extra set at the cafeteria.
Are these fire doors too?
Yes.
Okay.
Expensive doors.
There are expensive doors.
But there are no outside doors, they're all just inside?
These are all internal.
They're all interior. One of the issues with these doors is the only way to lock them is,
Okay.
the only way to lock these doors is from the inside, and they can't lock them because it's conspired. There's no way to get out, and that's how old they are.
Yeah.
And so that's, and they're wood doors now, and we're replacing them with palmetto. And they're gonna be, all lock sets, keys.
But they're on mag locks, so they drop.
No, they won't be on mag locks. They'll be on, the bigger ones are crash bars.
Okay.
So you'll be able to lock on the inside and then you'll crash out. Yeah, if they were exterior doors, they're access control.
Right.
Just limits on the school that we have access control on our interior doors.
Are you gonna put access control on these?
No, because they're all interior.
But Judge Brumman has access control on the interior?
Yeah, and if it was up to me, we would never put access control on any of our school interior doors. It's a whole,
If we run into Wi-Fi, there's no lock. So if you've got a key card,
Batteries.
Wi-Fi goes out, the battery goes out, then it would lock.
it's a whole, I can discuss it with y'all, but it's a whole, it's just experience of knowing that when batteries go down, we have to have a contract for someone to come around and change the batteries out and the door locks. And it just becomes a,
That's a jump room.
they're great on exterior.
Do we have any more questions, or do we have a motion, or do we want to table it to get the rest of it marked?
I guess, go ahead with it. I'll make a motion, we approve the door opposite replacement.
I second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. And C is request to take bids to replace the refrigerated pass-through at Coles Ferry Elementary.
This is from cafeteria funds, it's not from NP. Ms. Angie is requesting that we make the refrigerator here is original. See in your packet, it's just basically for us to solicit bids. That needs more approval.
What's a pass-through? How do you,
It's the,
refrigerator you open on both sides?
Yeah.
Okay.
So is it a walk-in cooler or it's just?
essentially, it is. It's the commercial grade walk-in, and it can live in between both so that you can put stuff in either side. So cooler absorbs, but
So we're replacing the whole thing or just the cooler?
the entire.
What's the timeline on that?
If she gets approval, she'll put it to bid. Goal will be to have it back before school starts.
So this is just a bid, once we can do that.
Correct.
I have a motion to take the bid.
I'll make a motion, we allow our bids.
Second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
And D is approval of overnight field trip to Winfrey Bryant Middle School, boys basketball team to travel to Manchester, June 4th through 5th, 2026.
Yep, it's a summer basketball tournament, headed down the road to Manchester. They are representing Bryant, so it'll be board approval. Parents will be in attendance and they'll take care of transportation and lodging. That's it.
Have a motion?
Make a motion, we approve the overnight trip.
Have a second?
Second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, now we're down to reports and information. Back to you, Mr. Hunter.
Real quick, just a couple items for the board. First, in front of you, you have the director evaluation binder. When you look inside it on the left side, we put the scoring rubric within the rest of the content. You'll see as you go through it,
reached out to me today, and because of the upcoming election, there's a certain, guideline that this has to be done 45 days before the next election, and our June board meeting, as it's scheduled right now, is date 45. So we need to really have this done for our May board meeting. So, I think in 2 weeks, if they did, my colleagues, when we had it done in 2 weeks, then, Jordan and I can process everything from there to have it for the May board meeting, so we don't run up against, May, time crunch. So,
And I think all they need to do is send you the rubric.
the rubric.
Storage.
Yep, so,
And that way I can talk.
yep. So I'll send out an email saying the date and make sure everybody has that information. But I did talk to her with it.
Other item, I went ahead, last month, we talked about doing a expenditure revenue, and breaking those into separate parts. I went ahead and combined them for this month. So within your packet, you have the general purpose revenues, and those will be the first, probably 4 pages. And it goes through our local option sales tax revenue, it goes to property tax, our levy special tax. It gives you a breakdown. Currently, year-to-date, we've collected $47 million. Our annual budget is 54. We're on track. We obviously have still several months of local option sales taxes to collect, and we'll still continue to get property tax in. One of the other areas that I wanted to highlight, there's a revenue summary and key takeaways. Once you get into your paper, you can see the TISA dollars, that is a big chunk of our revenues, but all of our other areas have been strong. We noticed last month that we had a significant uptick in local option sales tax, attributed that to maybe restaurant that was in town. It leveled out for this month. We did meet our goal, but just right at that goal. The rest of your revenue expenditure summary includes expenditures, and I did want to highlight there's 2 areas. As you look at the very last page in your packet, it's just a budget utilization by program. It's got a bar graph that goes across. I want to highlight a couple of those areas. When you look at, you may think that it's over, and in actuality, it's not. Maintenance of plants, some of those will be infrastructure that will clean up during amendments. We also have some human resources areas. Some of those will be cleaned up during amendments. We've had additional, for instance, transportation for special ed student, different needs. But as far as the total package, we're on track for this time of year. I think that's all the items. Please look through that. If you have questions, just reach out for the total package. And we will dig into this again next month, and then hope to have a budget preview for 26, 27. While we are talking finance, the next item on the agenda is the revenue expenditure summary. We just want to note that local option sales tax, you can see our estimate is $818,722. We collected $821,798. That is the lowest collection we've had this year, so we will monitor for the upcoming months. This does run 2 months in arrears, so it's reflective of that week February, which is somewhat slower than historical. But as far as property tax and our levy special tax, we're on track.
that gives us a week to fill those pools before principals come back and start interviewing. We did have our job fair this year on March 26th, and I think that went well. I think we had 175 registered, and we had 103 that attended, so we were really pleased with that outcome. That was our largest year, and I want to give a shout out to Mary Lee, because I think her communicating within the district as well as externally in our community, that really brought people in. First year we did this, I think my numbers were, we had 66 registered with 43 attending. So very pleased with the outcome. I think principals were really pleased. They were looking at handfuls of resumes, and they are actively interviewing right now, as well as got several recommendations to hire that have been pushed through, and we're actually starting on for next year. So I think everybody agreed we had some really quality candidates this time. We had all schools represented, as well as several departments, SHTC, food services, pre-K was there, transportation, of course, and then we had our staffing provider, ESS, present as well, and I think they got a lot of good recruits from that day. So I think next year we decided we're going to do ABM as well, because we had some custodial candidates that came through. So just a good day, good turnout. I'm glad to see those numbers. Currently, we have 9 retirees, 7 teachers, and 2 EAs. We have 14 resignations as of today, and 2 come through today, so that's 4 teachers and 10 classified positions. So right now, replacing those retirees and resignees, we're planning to also staff for 3 earned teaching positions, 1 in Byers, 1 in St. Houston, and 1 in Winfred Bryant, as well as a math coach and second a behavioral classroom with a teacher and 2 EAs. We're going to hold in reserve 3 teaching positions in the budget with the hopes that we don't have to use it or use the 3, but we want to have those on reserve in case we do, because we've seen an influx of students come in at the beginning of the school year. So I'd rather have them and not need them as opposed to need them and not having funds for it. So we are also in the process of doing end-of-year interviews for first-year teachers. I've got 20 of those planned. I really enjoy this at the end of every year. My days are stacked up between now and the end of the school year with interviews, but it's really a good opportunity to talk to those new to teaching candidates. And we're not just talking about college graduates that are teaching for the first year. We're talking about people that have transitioned into an education field that may have come from a business field. So it's just really good to sit down with them and talk to them about what has worked well, what has been a challenge, and what we can do from the district level to support them so that they can continue to take care of our kids. We also did 45-day check-ins, which I'm going to give you a copy of that, just a summary of that. We do that for all staff, and again, it's just another temperature check on where people are at that 6-week mark, and so we know if people need to hear them anyway. So with that, any questions?
So on the resignations for there, on the first year, do we have a lot of first years that, what was that number?
As far as first year staff, I would have to look, have to pull that, I don't have that really available.
Just set it over. Ms. Heather, to the 4 on the resignations, I do believe it runs the gamut on time, and some of those are moves to different locations. Both of those are EAs and EAs. Some of them, I think, 3 of the ones that I noticed are going into teaching, so they're now some are just looking for high-paying jobs. So it kind of runs the gamut on where they go.
Anybody got any other questions? Next, we've got a teaching and learning update, Ms. Sampson. There's a microphone up here for you. And Ms. Sampson, there's a microphone up here. Online.
We can get that. We've tried to share different parts of the instructional team at our different meetings. So today, Ms. Beasley's going to share the areas that she focuses on with math and our Enrichment Extend program.
Yes, I'm Julie Beasley for any of our guests. Extend is one of the areas under our Gifted and Talented program that I oversee, and this is one of the brochures. Extend stands for Exciting Times Exploring New Directions, and so this is our program that we serve students 3rd through 8th grade, and we serve probably approximately 300 students in Extend, so that's really great numbers for all of the students that participate in this program. We actually just completed our spring testing for students to enter our program for next school year, and we used a new assessment this year called the COGAT. It's a cognitive abilities test, and so we assessed approximately 185 students in grades 2 through 7. And so we're in the process now of analyzing that data to see which students will qualify for our program next year. Our parents will be notified before the end of the school year, and will be receive a welcome letter with the name of their child's Extend teacher and just a little bit more of one of these flyers, information about the program. Some of the things that students do in Extend, I loved hearing Hayden earlier, lots of problem solving and all of that high-level vocabulary he was using. And one of the programs that we do is Invention Convention. I was sitting there looking at his little marble maze. I'm like, this would be a great invention. And so that's a program for our students in 4th through 8th grades. And here's some really amazing data from this year's Invention Convention. Our LSSD 4th and 5th graders won 16 out of the 30 awards given out. I think, over half of the awards given at MTSU, our LSSD students won. And then our 6th through 8th graders, they won 15 out of the 30 awards given out. So we were extremely proud of these students and teachers. And that 15 out of 30, that did not include the 7th graders at Walter J. Bayard, because this year they decided to pilot a new enrichment program, and it was called Future Cities. I believe these students presented at one of the board meetings for you, and so we were really excited about that. These students won 2nd place in the state, and they were actually tied for 1st place and lost by half a point to the team that had won last year, so we're really proud of them. And so through the positive comments and the experiences from the students, we're expanding Future Cities for next year. So Walter J. will do Future Cities in both 7th and 8th grade. And then the 7th graders at Winfrey Bryant will be doing Future Cities next year. So we're really excited about that. Another part of our Gifted and Talented program is where I work in conjunction with Taylor in our SPED department for testing students who may need to become state certified gifted. So we do child-fied meetings at our schools, and students that show additional exceptionalities, we have meetings with their families, and then if they're tested and identified, they may receive support through one of our 4 gifted specialists. I also oversee them and meet with them regularly to determine resources they may need, extra support, program planning. So that's just a little bit about what Extend means, our gifted program, and some things I do there. The other area that I spend a lot of my time on is in math. Years ago, I was a 7th grade math teacher at Walter J. Bayard many years ago, and so I know the challenges and the middle school teachers have, and in trying to teach math. But I really enjoy that, and we're currently in our 3rd year of our math adoption. We use the Tennessee Reveal curriculum by McGraw-Hill. We also have, as probably hear the iReady program a lot. iReady and Alex are 2 of our technology pathways that support math. And then we have math coaches through our differentiated pay that support K2, 3, 5, and 6, 8 grade bands. And these are full-time teachers. That's not their only position, but they lend support to our math teachers and math instruction. They help provide math professional development. They share in PLCs, they share in staff meetings. And so we meet quarterly, and we look at data. We look at things that their school feels they need. I share out things that come along from the state. And so that's how we're supporting some of our math teachers with our math coaches right now. Real excited about that other position that we have in there for next year, a full-time math coach. Part of this, sharing out with the state information, as I was mentioning, for the last 2 years, myself, Ms. Sampson, we are part of the Math Implementation Network that the state provides. They do training both in person, they do virtual trainings, and then they have asynchronous modules that they provide as well. And so these trainings provide professional learning with our HQIM, our high-quality instructional materials, and state-provided resources. So we try to share out these virtual sessions with our school admin and our learning leaders, and they are able to join when available. And then other than that, then I share out with their math coaches, and then they try to implement those things. And so we are real excited about that. Some of our math coaches have actually been able to go to some of those trainings in the summer. And Ms. Wood allowed us to host one of the state trainings at Jones Brummett last summer, and they've asked again this summer if we can host one of those. So we're excited about that because when we host, they allow more people to go and we get extra seats. So we're excited about that. And we talked about math. Math has been a big focus in our schools, especially in our middle schools. Looking at our data, we do frequent math walks with our school admin and all of our 3-8 math classrooms using what we call the IPG. It's the Instructional Practice Guide. And we were really excited. Our mid-year iReady math data, that was the last assessment we had, showed that more students were on grade level in grades 6 through 8 this year than they were last year. So that was a real positive look to all grades. In 6th through 8th grade, they had shown an increase on grade level. And then our last cumulative benchmark showed higher proficiency in math in every grade level but 2, and they were very close. They were within like 2 percentage points of each other. So every grade level on our benchmarks showed a higher percentage of proficiency. So just real positive about what that's looking like, and we have state testing coming up next week, and we know our students are going to rise to the occasion. And then one other plug, we haven't got the results, but both of our middle schools sent 10 to 12 students to Tennessee Tech last Thursday for the state middle school math competition. And so they were supposed to have been emailed the results of that this afternoon. I haven't heard, but we're always real excited because typically we'll have at least, one kid out of this, our LSSD kid, 1 or 2 that will place. So we're excited to hear those results. So, any questions?
You said 6 to 8, the grade levels went up. What did you say after that? Did you say that all grade levels?
In our benchmark data, so our last benchmark, which was a cumulative benchmark of all of our standards, every grade level had higher proficiency this year than last year. And I'll say it was just 2, it was 5th grade and 7th grade. They were within like 2 percentage points of where they were last year, but every other grade level had higher proficiency rates. So really excited about that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes. Any other questions? Thank you, Ms. Beasley. Mr. Hood, do you have anything else?
No other, that's all we have for tonight.
All right, so we have the next board meeting, May 11th, at Castle Heights at 6 p.m.
Ma'am, we'll use the side parking lot and the side doors. Board meeting will take place in the cafeteria as it did last year.